Following, I've been breaking down the different paths of 100%. Um, and here we go, where the 5 things you didn't know about 100% disability ratings. And we're going to go where um, there are many paths to 100% rating. There is the total disability based on 100% schedule rating when the veteran service connected condition meets the 100% impairment rating requirements, uh, which is in the table 38 CFR. They receive a 100% scheduler rating. Total disability based on scheduler total disability, um, individual unemployability, or TDIU, when a veteran has one service connected condition at 60% or total rating of 70%, with one being at least 40%. Those are the two conditions for TDIU and IU. The veteran can request a 100% scheduler TDIU rating. Total disability based on extra-schedular TDIU. There's different. There's even more breakdown to TDIU. When a service veteran is service connected for one or more conditions, but is not able to secure substantial gainful employment, he or she can seek an extra-schedular TDIU rating of 100%, even if their ratings don't reach the scheduler TDIU requirements above. You see what I mean? So if let's say you don't meet the, where you have, maybe you have 140% but don't have a total of 70%, or you don't have that 60%, um, you could apply for the extra schedular TDIU rating of 100%. Now there's the other one, total disability based on extra schedular rating, which is not to be confused with the TDIU extra schedular. If the VA schedule of ratings does not adequately compensate a veteran's service-connected disability, they can seek a 100% schedular rating. This is not the same, like I was stating before. So there's different types. I'll explain those two in more in depth, but I wanted to go down to explaining uh, 5 different paths to 100%, and then I'll explain it in a bit. Temporary total disability based on hospitalization. Generally speaking, this is awarded when a veteran is hospitalized for a service-connected condition and for 6 months following that hospitalization. All right. A claim for increase is also a claim for TDIU when there is evidence of unemployability. The Federal Circuit held that a veteran's request for a higher disability rating coupled with evidence indicating that the veteran's ability to work was significantly impaired by his or her service-connected conditions reasonably raises the issue of entitlement to TDIU as an alternative basis for increased compensation. What this means is you could go for an increase, and that increase, whether let's say it's for your back and you get a 60% for your back, it can also be put in for, which is a TDIU. Maybe your back exacerbates, or your back does not allow you to work or have a substantial gainful employment. TDIU, you might want to look into TDIU. So if you get that 60% for your back, you might meet the TDIU requirement, and you might want to, go and research more into it, or debate on what might want to do with that. But yeah, this is the explanation. I want to go into the scheduler real quick. If you guys don't know who this guy is, he's from the Veterans Law blog. I've followed this guy for quite a while, since 2013, late 2013. And he posts a lot of great information. You can subscribe to his blog. Um, again, this is where most of this information, when I previously stated in my videos before, you have to purchase. A lot of lawyers require you to pay for the information, and they might be great. You have to research these lawyers. I currently have a friend of mine good buddy of mine that you know went with a pro bono, had a pro bono lawyer. I have a few buddies of mine um, that went with pro bono lawyers, but one of them had a pro bono lawyer. He wasn't doing any of the legwork. He got dropped by a pro bono lawyer because the pro bono lawyer saw that that wasn't going to go anywhere. You know, so again, you still got to do the legwork. Whether you go get a lawyer, whether you go through an organization, or you're doing it yourself, you have to do the legwork in order to meet the requirements for your claim. You know, the claim that you're filing. But again, you have to do your research when going with lawyer. This guy have followed him to the T. Um, he does reference a lot from the 38 CFRs, um, the tables for 38 CFR. You need to look at these tables and you need to read it yourself. And you know, when you talk to a lawyer, make sure that they know what they're doing when filing for your claim. And I'll explain that in a bit, a little bit more. But this guy right here, he's good. I followed him for quite a while. And no, I don't have the subscription because, you know, again, you can do things on your own. But that's just me. If you want to follow this guy and get a little bit more from a lawyer's stand base, you know, what he's doing right here is not saying don't subscribe to him, but he's offering these services at a cheaper price for you than what a regular lawyer would do, which is, let's say you get a substantial amount of money from your retro check from, you know, the VA. Lawyers will keep a percentage of that money, you know, where in this guy, he's giving you all the information, you purchase it, you know, at a reasonable amount of price, and you do what you would do, what's best fit for you when filing your claim. So again, let's go real quick. He explains that there are many paths to 100% rating. There's a total disability based on 100% schedular rating when the veteran service-connected condition meets the 100%. There's a total disability based on schedular TDIU when a veteran has one service-connected. Again, a lot of this information is repetitive, but you need to know it because he's going to break it down a little bit more. Total disability based on extra-schedular TDIU. When a veteran is service-connected for one or more conditions but is not able to secure substantial gain for employment, he or she can seek an extra-schedular TDIU rating of 100%, even if their ratings don't reach the scheduler TDIU requirements, meaning that 60 or that 40, and you know, total disability based on scheduler rating. If the VA schedule of ratings does not adequately compensate a veteran's service-connected disability, they can seek a 100% extra schedular rating. This is not the same as extra schedular TDIU. Temporary total disability based on hospitalization. Don't confuse these paths to a 100% with the designation that a veteran has a permanent and total disability rating. A lot of veterans spend a lot of time trying to get to this designation, and while I'm not discouraging it, quite the contrary, it is an end state, not a path. For example, a lot of veterans email his law firm and ask them to hire and get a permanent total disability. You do not need to have a 100% rating to get a permanent and total VA disability rating. This type of rating only happens when a veteran has no chance of recovering or improving from their disability. It protects them from a reduction. So again, if you're 100% schedular or you have a TDIU, just know that you can be reduced. All right. So if your goal is to get your VA disability properly rated at 100%, focus on getting that rating. Then focus on showing the VA that there is zero chance that you will recover or improve from that level to get the permanent and total VA disability designation. So, as I was previously stating, um, a lot of people confused. You need to have a plan. You need to know where it is that you're going. So, again, you know, if your disabilities prevent you from getting that, you know, prevent you from working, or they require or they meet the 100% criteria, for that disability, then by all means, then after that you can choose what it is that you want. If you want to remain at the scheduler rating, or you want the TMP, or you want the IU. Between all those three is up to you what you want, on which path you wish to take after you get that 100%. Now, if you can't hit that 100%, let's say you get the 60% for one, but the other one, the other service connections you get, or maybe you just have one service connection is 60%, and you can't get any higher than that, um, but it prevents you from working, then you can go for the TDIU. Or if you have the 60% and you have other service connections that raises your 60% to 100%, then you can apply for the IU, um, or you could apply for the TMP, the total and permanent. Um, it's up to you on which path you wish to take, but you already reached that 100, and it's up to you then on what you want to do. There's the other ones where it falls under TDIU, where you have um, uh, let's say you meet the 100% requirement. Well, you meet the 60% or the 40% requirement, and but you haven't reached that 100%. Then you could go and apply for the total disabling individual and employability. And again, these are different paths that you could go for. So this is what he's trying to explain. Focus on getting that 100. If you meet the requirements for the 100, go for it. But you need to know your service connections. You need to know them to the T on what criteria you need to meet. And I'm not saying go fuck yourselves up or anything like that. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not telling you to try to square root on on trying to meet those criteria. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to state that if you don't meet the requirements for that maximum rating for that service connection, then you might need to look at a different path after that. So if you haven't gotten a 100, TDIU might be for you. If it's unable to let you work, if you are still able to work, but you haven't met the 100% requirements, you need to think back in regards to everything that you know uh, has happened within your military time. So if you worked on the flight line, you were a motorman, hearing loss, tinnitus, um, shin splints. Well, I'm not saying that you have shin splints because of the flight line. What I'm saying is that these are all things that you need to think about. As a Marine, doing 25-mile humps in North Carolina. North Carolina in Lejeune, Camp Lejeune. These are all things that affect you. Where plantar fasciitis. Um, these are all service connections that a lot of people don't think. Damn, um, these are things that I should file for. Because these are things that you were given. These are things that not that you were given, but fucked you up while you were in service. And later on down the road, it affects you. So like plantar fasciitis. Shin splints, um, shoulders, neck injuries, your back due to carrying, rucksacks, backpack, or any gear that you carry. I remember being comp platoon, being part of forward teams, and whenever we did battalion effects or regimental effects, yo, man, carrying fucking radios, carrying the fucking batteries was a bitch. It affected my back. It fucked me up. So again, these are things that you need to think about in regards to when you're filing. Apply for all of these. These are all conditions that will, might have fucked you up. Whether you got hit with a fucking battery to your fucking mouthpiece or some shit, you lost your teeth. These are things that are, that will affect you. These are things that eventually down the road might help you get to that 100%. Sorry that I went on a rant, but this is what I was trying to explain. Now, a claim for an increase is also a claim for TDIU when there is evidence of unemployability. Um, this is a claim as an inferred claim, and it should be considered by the VA regional office whether the veteran specifically asks it for it or not. What does that mean in practical terms? It depends on where you are in your case. When filing a claim for increase, if you are unemployable because of the service-connected conditions, regardless of the percentage, and specify that you are seeking TDIU in addition to the claim for increase that for that condition, um, include all service-connected conditions that impact your ability to get and keep substantially gainful employment. When arguing, this is all information that you need to put up. When arguing with that the VA wrongly denied a claim, look in your C file. Another thing that I tell people, C files. Keep your request for your C files and keep it with you at all times. I had another guy that recently has been hitting me up. I believe his name is Nick, um, and he requested for information, on how, he put in the claim and would like the original forms. Go get your C file, I and I stated where to go get all this information. For claims for increase where you also allegedly are unemployable, or unable to get employment because of that condition, and then you could argue that the TDIU claim is reasonable, raised by the record. Now, this is another one where I wanted to explain extra-schedular TDIU is not an extra-schedular rating. Adding more confusion to the mix, there are two totally different types of extra-schedular, whereas the extra-schedular TDIU and then the extra-schedular rating. This is available in exceptional cases where the normal schedule rating is inadequate. To determine whether the extra-schedular rating is warranted, the board must determine that the extra-schedular evaluation under which the veteran is rated does not contemplate the veteran's level of disability and symptomology, in that the veteran has an exceptional disability picture exhibited by factors such as marked interference with employment and frequent periods of hospitalization. The second type of extra-schedular rating is extra-schedular TDIU. Extra-schedular TDIU is governed by the 38 CFR 4.16 Bravo, and is totally separate from the consideration of extra-schedular rating. Um, the difference is that the scheduled TDIU requires evidence that a veteran is unemployable and does not require proof that the veteran is inadequately compensated by the normal schedule of ratings. Extra-schedular rating has nothing to do with unemployability. You merely need to prove that the normal schedule of ratings does not adequately compensate you for your service-connected disability. There goes the difference. The VA will deny your claim for TDIU administratively if you don't file the 218940. This is why I've been following this guy for quite a while. He explains things to the T. You could continue reading on your own. Will post the websites under the video. The VA will not give you an exam for TDIU claim unless you specifically identify the medical condition that led to the unemployability. So again, I'll post up the information, the websites. You guys can go look it up for yourself, and it's up to you if you guys want to become members of this Veterans Law blog. I just am posting what I've researched, people that I've been following for quite a while, and again, he helps you out. Get a copy of your C file, and gives you a link directly to it. Let's go to it real quick. And check out obviously he's gonna try to sell his information. Again, he's selling his information on how to get the C file. But there's places that you can call. You can request for a Privacy Act, do a Privacy Act request, or you can call the VA website, and it is, I believe, 1-800-827-1000. Let me see, who did I give this information to? Let me just... real quick. 1 second. Yeah, it's 1-800-827-1000. You can call them up and request for your information. Get a C file, get all your or go through a Privacy Act request. And you can get this information. All right, guys. Take care. Sorry that I ranted on way too long. But again, I just wanted to explain more in depth on what's going on. All right, guys. Take care. If you have any questions, email me at CombatVetVlogger with a V, vlogger at gmail.com, or like and comment on the videos. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel, or follow me on Instagram at CombatVetVlogger. Again, this is just information that I'm posting. I'm not advising you on what you need to do. It's just information that's out there. You figure out what you want to do. All right, guys. Take care and have a good day.